Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. I'm back here at my favourite haunt here at Bronte Beach. I'm up on the cliff face, and as you can see, it's a massive surf day. Just after sunrise, I went down to Bondi Icebergs for a swim, but the pool was shut because of the high tide and the huge swell. And as you can see, the pool down here is, there's a few people in the pool. So it's a lot more pleasant here than what it was round at Bondi. But there's some big waves pumping in. And it's just one of those awesome days where the surfers are right out here on the point. Just waiting for that big swell to come through and to make the most of it. Anyway, let's continue along our normal path, and what we'll do is we'll do a Jim's 5am Club, and I've got another book summary to take you through. An interesting book, a little bit different from the ones that we normally talk about. It's called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And it's a book on helping us tap into our creativity and enabling us to understand how we function, how we work, and the challenges that people who are creative face on a regular basis, and how to learn to work with those challenges and to make the most of the opportunities that we have available to us. Anyway, so the author here kicks off the book with a lovely sort of quote saying that serious art is born from serious play. Actually, I just saw a big wave come through and wet all those people down there on the point. Let's see if another wave comes through and splashes them. Not quite this time, but the waves are pumping. As you can see, they're pumping through. Massive surf. I've seen it bigger here, but it is exciting, I must admit. And we've got the sunrise punching through there and just glistening off the top of the water. It's just a beautiful vantage point here, and I love Sydney. Regardless of what time we come through or whatever time of year it is, it's always glorious. Anyway, getting back to this book now, what the author invites us to do is to choose ourselves. The message is choose yourself, and it's a 12-week course to help spark the light of your inner creativity. So the first structured point to come out of this book is that we are all creative. Everybody, every single one of us is creative, but you need to give your creativity a chance to run freely by doing an activity called writing morning pages. Whoa! So the waves just come through and just splashed a number of people. They were running for cover. So we need to give our creativity the chance to run freely by writing morning pages. So what's a morning page, and why do we do it in the morning? Because the author says here at the end of the day that we're probably at our most creative first thing in the morning, and creativity is a skill that we can practice. So we don't wait for inspiration to strike. We need to nurture our creativity, and we just need to show up day after day. So we don't just sit around moping around waiting for those creative juices to materialize. The author says that we need to turn up and make ourselves present, just like those surfers down there, just like those people in the pool. We need to make ourselves present and available, and just to tempt creativity on a daily basis. Because just like the surf, just like the waves, just like the ocean, our creativity ebbs and flows, as all aspects of our lives appear to do. But the good thing is that creative accomplishments compound. There's a compounding effect that the more you do, that the more you're capable of doing. So to understand that in order to make yourself more creative, you need to tap into your creativity, enhance it, nurture it, and just push it along rather than just wait for that creative moment. So what's a morning page? A morning page is just a blank piece of paper. Whoa, look at those waves down there. Wow, look at that whiteout in that pool. How exciting. Those kids are just loving it. And there's more coming through now. Another surge of creativity from the ocean's perspective. Wow, the power of the ocean is just so invigorating. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at those people swimming against that white water there and going absolutely nowhere. So a morning page is a blank piece of white paper without any rulings, without any lines. And what you basically are called to do. And a friend of mine many years ago, Hannah Kimber, was the one who alerted me to this technique via her parents. What you basically do is just write on that paper whatever comes into your head. So whatever comes into your mind, you just empty out onto the paper and just continue to write and write. And the more you write, according to the author and according to our friend Hannah Kimber, the more you're able to write. So it's an exercise of building your creativity, generating those creative juices, and just keeping that flow happening, as we said, on a daily basis. So just keep at it, keep pushing at it, because we're all creative. Let's not make the mistake of thinking that some people are and some people aren't. We are all creative. The trick is to tap into it on a daily basis. The second creative point or structured point to come out of this book is that if you have writer's or singer's block, just let other people give you the prompts. So we need to have other people around us to encourage us, to nurture us, to get us going, to be our prop, to be our crutch. So we need to start with blank pages or a blank canvas, and even though it's still daunting, we need to push ourselves. We need others to cajole us, to encourage us, and to get ourselves moving, because each path has a hump, as we know, and we need to build up momentum to get over that hump, and that momentum can be built up by just doing something, getting moving, getting that flow happening, and once that flow happens, then we become more and more creative. And the author here talks about a technique, a very, very good technique, is to try and write the way you talk. And by writing the way you talk, you're able to tap into your natural sort of style. So write like you talk, and this is a technique that Seth Godin has put forward in one of his books. And because nobody gets talker's block. We get writer's block, we get singer's block, we get creative block, but we never get a thing called talker's block. So write the way you talk, and that way you get yourself going. And one of the questions that the author talks about here is you ask the people around you, what do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to write about? And they will give you some prompts, and sometimes those prompts are enough to get you going, to get you moving, because there are plenty of ideas out there. There are heaps of ideas out there, as the author says, and all you have to do is to tap into them and watch out for them. Because at the end of the day, one of the best examples that we can use, look at that wave, look at those waves surging. One of the best examples that we can use is Michelangelo. Because as Michelangelo says, he didn't create David. He didn't create the statue of David. But basically he found him. He found him. He started tapping away. He started his sculpture. And with time, inspiration came. And he found David in that marble. So we need to see ourselves as a vessel of ideas that happen to flow through us. To see ourselves as gardeners of ideas, as gardeners of creativity. To find the weeds, take care of them, take care of the plants, and let them express ourselves through our hands and through our nurturing. So there you go. Some more surfers going out the back here to go surfing and to find themselves around this point. Out behind me here, as you can see, there's a huge surf, huge swell pumping through. And I may get an opportunity to go down to that pool there once this swell settles down a bit and the tide starts to wane. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on this version of Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and I absolutely loved being up here putting together this episode because it is enthralling. It is enthralling being by the sea. It's exciting hearing the pumping of the waves and seeing the people tossed about in the pool down there. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's be as creative as we can. Get those creative juices flowing, knowing that each and every one of us can and are creative. We just need to tap into it and be the gardener of our creativity and be like Michelangelo. Be part of your creativity and let it emerge and flow from your very being. So thank you very much for joining me on this version of Jim's 5 a.m. Club, where we went through the book summary entitled The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and to live, learn and pass it on. Make the very most we can of today, because as we know, today is a unique day. It will never ever come back. So do the most, do whatever you can to make the most of today's opportunities. Live, learn and pass it on, as we said before, and be the wind beneath our friends, our family, our partners' wings, so that they too can make the most of this opportunity and live your life and make the most of the shared opportunities whenever they become available. Yassas, take care. Talakia from Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and wishing all of those who are commencing their Lenten fast all the best. Today is Meat Fair Sunday, the day where we have our last meal of meat up until Easter Sunday. So it's a detox for me for 55 days from meat, and from next weekend, from next Sunday, or from next Monday actually, I stop eating dairy, eggs, fish, seafood and all the other things to detox myself and prepare me for Holy Week. Yassas, take care, and wishing you all the very best from Jim here up on the cliff face at Bronte Beach, overlooking Bronte Baths. And until we meet again, Yassas, sasagapao. Bye for now.